Good morning, y'all. I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on the video, and if you're choosing to do this yoga workout at home, you just don't know what that means to me. These are troubling times, and not being able to get out into our studios or our gyms or wherever we take our local classes has been rough. But hopefully this video today brings you a little bit of peace and calm and a good yoga workout. At the very end of the video will be a picture of the board, which is where I write out the workout for each and every class, so you can kind of have it if you want to screenshot it or save it or go back and reference it and put it in your personal yoga session / workout library, or however you do your practice at home. Today's focus is going to be mainly on the legs and flexibility, so leg strength and flexibility. So just expect for your legs to kind of feel like maybe jello by the time it's all said and done. We're going to be listening to the Yogi translation of Disney classics. I love this playlist. It's one of my favorites. I've been listening to this one a lot. So go hop onto iTunes or wherever you get your music and look that up because it's great. And we're going to jump right into it with our warm-up, and I'll talk us through everything else from there. Okay, we're going to start with just a basic standing warm-up. So let's start by rolling our head. Direction. Remember that as you start the warm-up, start to inhale breath through your nose and let it out as you exhale slowly from the mouth. Reverse. Good. Shoulders, just big rotations going back. We need to loosen up. Reverse, take them forward now. Go ahead and inhale a breath, shrug our shoulders, and then exhale and release. About 3 more. Good, 1 more. Just a relaxed grip and circle and twist side to side. Keep your knees locked and toes facing forward. Hold it to one side. Good, switch. Good, let's bring it above the head. Press through and reach up. Good, chin down and lean it. Lean into it the other way. Good, let's circle back out of that. I want to also mention that as you're doing your yoga practice, whether you do it outside or in your home, I prefer a more dark setting. I like to turn off the lights. Obviously, I have on a small lamp in here so y'all can see me. But I prefer to do it in the dark. It's just how I get relaxed. So think about that as you're setting up to do this workout. Okay, let's pull this one across for a static stretch. Good, chin down, pull it back behind you. Good, other way. Good, chin down, pull it back. Good, I want you to open up your distance and your feet a little bit wider now. Arms up, and you're just going to slowly reach. Whether or not you can tap your toe, that's fine. Just go down as far as you can, and then make sure you're breathing while you do that. Good, get ready to hold this side. Rest that other arm on your lower back. Drop your head. Good, come up. Go the other way. Good, come up. We're going to go down to the center, touching either shin, ankle, or top of the foot, and press into your stretch. want you to take your hands and scoop air up as you rise out of that. And release that slowly. Go ahead and close the feet all the way in now. Alternate pressing up on the ball of the foot, okay? Lift up tall in your chest. Keep that breathing going. Good. If you're comfortable, go to a double. If not, just keep alternating. Good. We're going to have a challenge here in a little bit where we hold up on our toes. Good. Let's curl. And I like to roll my foot back and forth to make sure I'm really getting my toes nice and stretched out. Good. Other way. Good. Feet together, lock your knees. Arms are going to come up. We're just going to dive down slowly. You don't have to get your fingertips all the way to the ground, but of course, if you can, the deeper the stretch, do what you can do. Good, and roll up. And we'll go ahead and call that. So I'm just going to take these 3 poses, Warrior 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to kind of do some extensions out of it, okay? So, and I have 2 mats here because sometimes I might be changing to give you a side profile view of what it's supposed to look like. So you're going to start at the back of your mat. If you're going to be using a chair today, go ahead and set it up on the side of the leg that you're going to do first, okay? All right, very back of your mat. First thing you're going to do is take a big step forward, hopefully across beyond what you consider the middle of your mat, but to modify, it can be the middle of the mat, okay? Use the chair if you need to lean onto it, pull it closer to you if you need the help of the chair, okay? If you don't need the chair, leave it away, and arms are going to be up in blades, head up. So again, if you're using the chair, it might look something more like this, and then without the chair, both arms up. This is Warrior 1. How you would look like. Okay, the deeper you get into it, the more you're going to feel that in your hip flexors, back of the legs, hamstrings, quads, all of that good stuff, okay? All right, from Warrior 1, you're going to drop your palms down and you're going to twist and turn your back foot and open up your body to the side, okay? Then your eyes are going to stay on your front hand, and I'll show y'all from the side. Back toes pointing out, front toes still forward, and this is Warrior 2, okay? Looking at the front hand. Okay, I want to show y'all this from the side. This is going to be one of my variations. I'm going to rewind in my Warrior 2. Feel the stretch in your back. And then I'm going to do a little bit of breath matching. So I'm going to come back forward, and as I inhale, I'm going to turn my head, place my palms together in prayer. That's my inhale. Then on my exhale, I'm going to push myself low, deep into Warrior 2. Then come back up, inhale, and exhale. And inhale, exhale. And keep that going for about 4 more breaths. And then I want you to hit the rewind and that again. Now you can be higher up your leg like this. You don't have to bend so much on that front leg. And then if you're still using that chair, from the side, you can be holding onto it just like that, okay? Balance, it's there behind you, that way you feel safe and you're not gonna fall backwards. All right, transition back around into a front lunge, so turn that back foot back forward. Warrior 1. Then I want you to bring the back leg and scoot it up or use your chair to help lock this front knee and slowly start to lift that back leg behind you. As you do that, you're going to start to tilt over And your goal in Warrior 3 is balance. So you're trying not to fall, neither front or back. And you want almost a perfectly straight line coming all the way through your hands and shoulders, shooting all the way back into the tip of the toe. So you can use your chair on this to rest your front hands on so you can drop your head and lift the back foot. And I'll show y'all from a side profile. And this is good Warrior 3. Now, again, you don't have to be using the chair. I want you to challenge yourself to be doing it without the chair if you can. And about 2 more breaths. And it's okay to stumble out of it and kind of re-catch yourself and then pop back into it. You can also modify to where you're just not going up or over as much. Okay, so if you have to start here where you're closer to the ground, where you're comfortable, then do that. 1 more big breath. And then stand all the way out of it and recover. Okay, take your step, hopefully beyond what you consider the middle of your mat. Bring your arms up, chin up. Dig deep in that, and y'all hold as I turn into my side profile. Good, about 3 more breaths. Good, drop your arms, and you're gonna twist that back foot and open up into your Warrior 2. Okay, so again, remember, if you're facing the front, you're turning that way, okay? Good, looking at your front guiding hand, with basically the hand that's over the bent leg. Do a rewind in it. I strive to touch the back of my knee, but remember, it can be higher up, okay? You wanna feel the stretch here and in your back. Good, let's do some breath matching. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Use that exhale to push deep into that Warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. And rewind in it. Good, hands back up. You're gonna drop them now. Turn that back toe back forward to reset yourself. Let me get back to my front profile. Bring your hands up into Warrior 1. Now, I'm gonna challenge you this time. Last time I told you you could scoot your leg to where you get your knee to lock. 2 or 3 scoots. This time, see if you can just pop up with 1 lift and lock that front leg, okay? Keep your front arm straight, blades facing in, and slowly tilt over into Warrior 3. Use that chair at home if you need it, okay? Pull mine back out. Something about just having the chair, even whether or not you're barely touching it, it just makes all the difference in the world. And it allows you to lift that leg up a lot higher behind you than you might be able to do without the chair, okay? So don't feel bad if you have to use the chair. You can even play with lifting your hands off of it. And it's there, it makes you feel better, but you're not even touching it. Good, 1 more big breath. And stand and recover, okay? And that's the Warrior Challenge. Okay, and I'll show you the Warrior Challenge as it's meant to be with just Warrior 1, 2, and 3, transitioning between those 3 poses. And you can make an entire 30-minute, 20-minute, 15-minute yoga workout just of doing the Warrior Challenge alone, okay? So I'll show a side profile. I'll do my right leg as my guiding foot. So Warrior 1, transition to Warrior 2. I have to go back to 1 to be able to get to 3. And then I would recover and I would just kind of pick how many breaths I want to do in each pose, then just repeat and keep switching legs, okay? Awesome job on the Warrior. Okay, our next thing on the board is going to be 5 calf raises with a 5 breath hold, and I'll explain what I mean. If you want to use your chair, you would just simply have it right up in front. We're gonna be right on the top edge of our mat, and just use it to kind of help lift your weight, whether you have ankle issues or knee issues or maybe even hip issues. Just kind of use it and help bear the weight of your lifts, okay? If you're not using the chair, just set it aside. Hands will just be relaxed. You can even lock them behind your back or lock them in front, or you can even put them on your hips, or just wherever they're comfortable. You want your stance about hip distance apart, and I'm gonna put mine on my hips. It just helps me kind of keep my shoulders pressed down and reminds me to lift through my chest so I can breathe, okay? Relax neck and chin, and so we'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 5th one, we're gonna do 5 breaths. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. My goal in giving you the 5 calf raise and the 5 breath hold is I wanted you at home to pick how many calf raises you were gonna do, no matter what. So say you did, I'm gonna do 20, every 5th raise you're gonna hold for 5 breaths, and your calves and your quads and your thighs and everything's gonna get an excellent workout. And that way everybody could do it at their own pace, and if somebody is very ambitious and they want to do 50 or 75 or 100, well then just go ahead and pause the video, turn on some music, and don't move on to the next pose until you have finished whatever number you decided to do. Slowly lifting all the way up and all the way down. And notice how when I come down, I almost rock back on my heels and lift the ball of my foot off of my mat, because we're really gonna work our leg muscles and strengthen and tone the best, opposed to just standing here and bouncing. And yes, we're gonna get a good burn from that too. I'm not saying that's not a good workout, but that's not the focus of this move today. Okay, so good luck with whatever you chose to do on that. Y'all let me know. I'd love to hear how many everybody did. Okay, our next pose we're doing, that's on the board, and we just did all those calf raises, so our tendons and all the little nerves and all the little muscles and stuff and our lower half, knees down, feet should be nice and warmed up. If anything, they might be on fire right now. So this next pose is going to be quite challenging. We're going to be doing the lightning bolt pose, also known as chair sit pose, just depending on what form of yoga you're doing. And actually keep the chair behind you. That way, if we have an uh-oh and we fall, whoo, it's there to catch us, okay? But if you're good and you think you don't need it, move that chair aside, okay? I'll have it behind me just in case, and so the people at home feel nice and comfortable. So I set that up in about the middle of my mat. Okay, I want a very small gap between your feet, not necessarily hip distance like that, a little bit more narrow. We're gonna go ahead and draw up our arms. Blades are gonna be facing in, and we're actually gonna be kind of squeezing our head a little bit. And let's go ahead and release that. And we'll go up and down about 5 times. So let's do some breath matching. Inhale. Squeeze that head when you go up. Good, one more. Okay, good, here we go. Get ready to hold this time. Lift up, squeeze the head, chin down, and just start to bend your knees as if you were gonna take a seat in that chair behind you, okay? It doesn't even have to be a very big bend. I'll show y'all from the side. You'll instantly feel the pull right there, okay? And recover. So if squeezing your head up here is causing too much tension in your chest and shoulder blades, then I'm gonna invite you to open it up and bend your arms just slightly. That's a way for you to modify this pose if you need to, okay? So go ahead and everybody recover down. 2 different ways to try it now. And then here in a second, we're actually gonna lift up onto the ball of our foot. It's gonna allow us to maybe dip a little bit deeper. And I'll show from this side this time. Arms up. Remember how to adjust your arms if you're modifying. And lift up onto the ball of your foot. See if you can go a little deeper. burning. Deep breath. And recover all the way down. Good. Another way to modify that is you don't have to lift up onto the ball of your foot. So we did 5 breaths on our last little challenge I just gave y'all. Let's do 5 breaths in lightning bolts, and then we'll move on from that one. And if you're doing this workout at home, feel free to repeat it as many times as you want to, if you're wanting to make your workout longer. I'll stay front facing this time, okay? Remember, if you got that chair behind you and you feel like you just can't go anymore, sit down, okay? Here we go. Arms up. Squeeze the head, chin down. Start with flat foot, bend the knees. On ball of foot, so you can go a little deeper, and breathe. Inhale. Three more breaths. One more. Good, stand all the way up and recover. Woo! On poses like that, it's difficult to try not to start breathing faster intentionally because you just want to make it through it quicker. So do your best to watch that and just keep a good steady breathing rate. So the pose we're going to be doing is Monkey God pose, also known as the splits. If you're like, I still don't know what either one of those are, you're in for a treat. So we're going to start by sitting in the center of our mat. Down in the center of our mat now, we're just in a relaxed straddle, just our feet slightly a couple of inches off of our mat. I just want you to kind of flex and point back and forth a little bit as we do a couple of our warm-up stretches. And yes, even though we've done a warm-up for this class and we've been working all the leg muscles, we still want to make sure we are properly warmed up before we attempt, like I said, a more difficult pose, flexibility-wise, okay? All right, reach for those toes with the flex and see if you can work your fingers down. Try not to bend your knees at all and pull your chest into it. It might feel a little tight at the back of the knees, but after this pose, it's hopefully going to be feeling pretty loosey-goosey. Good, I want you to point through your ankles now. Same thing, just grab about the top of the foot, ankle, or even mid-shin. Pull yourself down. You want to feel the stretch here. Good. I want you to open up your straddle a little bit wider now. Same thing, flex. Work your fingers down as far as you can. And if you can't even get your toes, then what I want you to do is rock back and forth, and each time you hit your low, you should hopefully be feeling a little bit of a pull, a stretch right there, okay? So if you can't hold and touch the toes, then you're going to be doing this, okay? Otherwise, get down nice and low. Good, come up, point through that. Here at the knee, mid-shin, or ankles, or again, you can be pulsing up and down into that, okay? Good. Okay, I want you to go for what you consider your widest straddle. So opening way up now. Good, and already sitting in this position, you're already kind of feeling a hip opening stretch, maybe your inner thighs, definitely in your hamstrings, because you're already just so wide. Okay, so same thing, flex through, and again, if you can't reach your toes on this wide one, you can go side to side, or you can still pulse towards the center and try to tap those toes, okay? If you got really long limbs, then I know stretching like this is a little bit more difficult for you sometimes. It's easier for us shorter people. Good, grab a hold if you can, walk it down. Just breathe through that. Point. Same exact thing. You can go side to side. Pulse it at the center. You're going to feel that one a little bit deeper. Or again, knee, shin, or ankles, and pull into that stretch. Good. Okay. Let's make sure our our knees are properly warmed up, so kind of wiggle those out a little bit. This one can be a little bit stressful on the knees. It just depends. It depends on how you slide into it, and I'm going to give y'all a major no-no on what not to do in this pose. But if you have issues with your knees, it doesn't mean you can't try it. I want you to at least try. So we're going to go to a half straddle. If you cannot bend behind you, you're going to just bend it into the front, okay? If you can place behind you, place behind you. And I'll turn to the side. I'm not sure if y'all can see this too much in the video. Notice how I'm trying to press the top of my foot down. Do not flex out like that. Ouch! We're hyperextending the rotation of our knee and our ankle and hurting our hip. So please don't do that. If you cannot sit comfortably in this, then you're gonna have to push back around into the front, okay? I'll kind of stay here at this angle for a second. I want you to really stretch into your straight leg. Wrap your hands around if you can. Get them up under your calf and pull your chest into that as much as you can. This is our last warm-up stretch before we do this monkey god pose. Good, and I'll go ahead and switch into this just so you can see that even if you're here, still getting a good stretch. And then go ahead and set up your other side, whether you're in front or you're trying, and you might say, well, Alicia, what's the difference between in front and back? Well, with it back, you're just getting a little bit more of a stretch through your hip. Okay? Stretch into this front leg, under the shin, under the ankle, under the foot. Big stretch. Good. Okay, we are ready to try Monkey God, aka splits. We're gonna start a little bit back beyond what we think is the middle of our mat, and we're gonna be on our knees. You're just gonna start up like this. Your left leg in front, your right leg's back behind you. I'll show you from a side profile. Please make sure that you have the top of the foot down and you're not turning it out like that. Ouch, that hurts, okay? So just up like that, and you're simply gonna push your weight forward. And if you don't have socks on, it's a little hard to slide, so you might have to put your hands down to kind of help you. And if you slide out just a little bit and you're like, whoa, holy cheese nips, I am hurting. That's good. Then stop there today. Try to be up nice and tall. You can rest hands on hips, hold them out, resting on the front leg, even supporting in the back, okay? Now, for everybody else who's trying to push as far as they can, you can have hands down here to help hold and support. The most important thing is I don't want you to bend your leg back like that. Lock out, point that front toe, keep the back foot, top of the foot into your mat. Drop your heel. Tell me about modification. All right, modification. Sitting on the rear, tucking this back foot way behind us, sitting up nice and tall. We're still feeling a stretch here. We still feel it in our hips. Resting hands forward and going here. Well, okay, Alicia, I can't bend my knee like that. What's another modification? Well, we just did a warm-up stretch similar, except we were more at a side profile. Connect it in. Try to push this knee down as far as you can. Lean into it. 3 different ways to do that. Full out, leg behind, knee bent in, and then even if you're still trying it and you're up on your knee and you don't feel like you're very low, just try to get yourself a little bit lower to where you feel it in your thighs, okay? Good job on that side. Recover, and let's do the right side. Okay, we're gonna be doing the right leg now in Monkey God pose. I know you are like, I hate this pose. For some of you flexi-lexies at home, you're like, that was easy, that's nothing. I'm much more comfortable on my right side. I'll show a side profile of this side because it's not quite as hideous as that left leg. But again, push yourself, you never know. You know what the modifications are if you're not going to be going off of the knee. So just try those, okay? So here we go on Monkey God pose, right leg. Okay, good job on the Monkey God pose. I know you are probably like, I hated that. I'm with y'all on it today. My legs are just wrecked from this week's workouts and stuff, but we're on our cool down now, and then I'll give you your meditation challenge here in a few minutes. So go ahead and meet me in butterfly, a wide butterfly. Hopefully you might be feeling all kinds of like maybe cramps or distress or tightening or pain. We're gonna try to work that out and stretch it out now in our cool down. So wide, away from the body, means you don't have your heels as tight in as you could have them, okay? So grab about your ankles or mid-shin and pull up through your chest, sit up really tall, and I will show y'all from the side. Good, just close your eyes, breathe. Good, relax out of that. I want you now, you're in your wide stance butterfly. I want you to pull them in as tight as you can get them to your body. You gotta have to rock and adjust and lift. Lift up under the front of your toes with both hands. Flap your wings. Even if it feels like it's not doing anything, it is. Flap those wings. You're not just doing like a relaxed flap, you're actually pushing them down as far as you can in each flap, okay? Great for the hip flexor. Good, I want you to hold them pressed out as far as you can and pull your chest in. Good, I want you to take this leg out. Cross this one over about the knee. You can stay more down mid-shin if it feels better, but about the knee. And I want you to twist in towards the leg that's on top. Good. Switch now. Changing sides, same thing, twist towards the leg that's on top. Good, I want you to open up in a comfortable straddle, so not your widest, but not too narrow either. And with your top hand, I want you to just reach over as far as you can. Switch. Good, I want you to come up. I want you to lock your elbows, so take your fingers and point them away from your body. Lock out your elbows, push through your rib cage, locking your shoulders back into place and drop your head. Roll out your neck. Other way. Good, we're going to rise through our arms. We're going to pull this one back behind our head. Switch. And then even if you cannot grip them together, you're just going to lock out and stretch, hands separated. That's fine, but if you can interlace your fingers together or hook your index to index or thumb to thumb, just however that works, see if you can lock out behind you. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly talk to y'all about this week's meditation challenge. It's gonna be a half split. So we did monkey god pose in today's workout. don't think I'm asking you to do monkey god for a meditation. That would be very stressful meditation. Just a half split. And remember, we do meditation for all sorts of reasons: to relieve stress, anxiety, to celebrate, to mourn, to pray, to relax, to just check out for a few minutes and forget about all of the troubles and the trials and the strenuous things going on in our life. So each week I have a different meditation challenge and some sort of different low impact pose. It's never going to be something that's like, but even with that being said, the longer you go in meditation and you're holding a certain posture, it can be strenuous on certain muscles just depending on what you're doing. So since we did monkey god today, I wanted to incorporate that into our meditation challenge. Again, I always challenge y'all, especially if you're new to meditation, to start with small amounts of time. So either 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or more. And then because it's a half split, you're gonna have to divide right to left side. So you would probably set a timer in your meditation, no matter, even if it was 2.5 minutes on a half split right leg and 2.5 minutes on a left split, take the time to change. Remember to do it in a quiet, serene place, whether it be your backyard, your bedroom, your living room. Just turn out the lights, get some soft, calming music. Forward, and the leg either bent behind you, and then you would stay up tall, hands out to the side to counterbalance you and help keep you grounded, with head down. If you can't do the knee behind you, you'll have it crossed in front, sitting like so. Same thing with the hands, head down. And we'll go ahead and demo on the other side. It's important to stay up nice and tall, head down. And foot in front. So I feel your biggest challenge in that posture is gonna be the urge to not want to slowly start to sink your body down, sitting in that half split. So you're really gonna have to push and work hard to maintain that upright positioning in it, okay? So I wish you guys lots of luck with that. I hope y'all do the meditation challenges, and I hope you enjoyed today's yoga session, and I hope to see y'all back again soon.